You ever had one of those days? You know the one. You sit down at your desk, 9 a.m., coffee in hand, ready to conquer the world. You've got a list of big, important strategic things that you want to tackle. The kind of work that actually moves the needle in your business. And then the day happens. Flurry of emails, a dozen small decisions, a couple of client fires to put out, the constant nagging pressure to post something, anything on social media. You're answering questions, updating spreadsheets, tweaking graphics, switching between 17 browser tabs. Before you know it, it's 9 p.m. You're staring at your screen, blue light burning your tired eyes. You look around and there's evidence of a busy day everywhere. You were productive, right? You got stuff done, but that list of big, important, needle-moving tasks, completely untouched. You're exhausted, but you feel like you've accomplished nothing of real value. You've run all day just to stay in the same place.
Mike's got the hat, the AI kind. Unlocking power in business you'll find. Cut through the hype, explore the tech. Every week new ideas to check. Allton leads us on a digital quest. AI secrets he'll always invest. Tune in tight, don't miss a beat. Knowledge groove, keep you on your feet. Listen up to the AI flow. Business growth, here we go. Cutting edge insights, that's the plan. With the AI hat, you'll understand.
Greetings, program. What if I told you that being busy is the most expensive habit your business has? Welcome back to the AI Hat Podcast, the show where we stop glorifying the hustle and start building Da Vinci's workshop for the modern solopreneur. In these solo episodes, I'm sharing the road-tested frameworks and battle-ready systems I'm using right now to automate the mundane and protect my attention for what truly matters. We're not just talking about AI. We are architecting the operational engine that allows your genius to finally have room to breathe. Subscribe, and let's trade that badge of busyness for a blueprint to build your empire. Now listen, if that feeling of running all day yet staying in the same place is familiar, and I'm betting it is, I want you to know two things. First, you're not alone. And second, this is not a personal failure. It's not about discipline or work ethic. This is a systemic problem that traps almost every successful solopreneur, and it has a name: admin drag. This isn't some abstract concept I'm pulling out of thin air. There's hard data behind it. Studies show that solopreneurs and small business owners spend up to 70% of their time on administrative work. Let that sink in for a second. 70%. That means 7 out of every 10 hours you work are consumed by tasks that aren't your core genius. It's not one giant monster task eating your day. It's 1,000 tiny paper cuts. It's the silent assassin of your business's potential, bleeding your focus and your energy one small, repetitive task at a time. For years, we've been told the answer is better time management. We've been sold planners and productivity apps, all promising to help us cram more into our already overflowing days. Block your calendar, batch your tasks, wake up at 7 a.m. Cough. But what if I told you we've been trying to solve the wrong problem? The breakthrough doesn't come from managing your time better. It comes from managing your attention better. Your attention is your single most valuable and most finite resource. It's the currency of your genius. And right now, you're paying a cripplingly high tax on it every single day. Think of it this way. Every low-value, repetitive decision you make, every mundane task you perform is a tax levied against your cognitive bandwidth. The creative, strategic, high-impact work that only you can do, that's what's left over after you've paid this massive, hidden admin tax. And for many of us, by the time the government of our own operational efficiency is done with us, there's almost nothing left in the bank for work that truly matters. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Mike, what does this have to do with AI? Well, hold that thought, because I want to tell you a story first. Consider Albert Einstein. He famously wore the same style of suit every single day. Why? Because he understood something most people miss: the real cost of decision fatigue. He didn't want to spend an ounce of his precious mental energy deciding what to wear in the morning. He automated the mundane to protect his cognitive bandwidth for the theory of relativity. Einstein knew his genius was finite, and he built a simple system to protect it. He wasn't trying to manage his time better. He was protecting his attention. He was minimizing his admin tax. Here's the thing. As solopreneurs, we often wear our busyness as a badge of honor. We glorify the hustle, the grind, the fact that we do it all ourselves. But what if that's the very thing holding us back? The real mindset shift, the one that unlocks your next level of growth, is moving from being the doer of everything to being the designer of a smarter operation. Your new job isn't to answer every email faster. It's to design a system where fewer emails require your personal attention in the first place. You need to become the architect of your own genius protection program. I know this because I had to learn it myself. A few months ago, my AI chief of staff, yes, I have one, and yes, I practice what I preach. He looked at my content calendar and basically said, Mike, you're busy as hell creating all this stuff, but what's the actual strategy here? What are you building toward? That hurt. But it was the wake-up call I needed. I was drowning in my own productivity. I was creating content without intention, posting without purpose, busy without being strategic. I had a massive admin tax bill I didn't even know I was paying. This isn't just theory. I see this pattern play out every single day with my clients. Just this week, I had a conversation with a brilliant solopreneur. We'll call her Tina. Tina is a true growth architect. She's a recognized expert in her field, incredibly smart, and has built a successful business from the ground up. And she is completely, utterly stuck. She told me she has all these incredible ideas for her business. She's got a 4-week workshop mapped out in her head. She's got a plan for a new VIP level of her membership program. These are big, revenue-generating projects that she knows she can execute. But here's what she said, and I want you to listen carefully to this. 3 weeks go by, and I have not done anything with that idea. Sound familiar? Are you nodding your head right now? She even bought a guide, paid good money for it, on how to launch her VIP program. And then she told me, Mike, I've had the PDF open on my browser for a month. I've read 1 page of this PDF. Before you jump to conclusions, this isn't a story about procrastination. This is a story about cognitive overload. It's the perfect illustration of the admin tax at work. When I asked her to think about where her time was actually going, the answer came immediately. Hands down, her biggest time suck was social media content creation. And here's the twist. This is her area of expertise. This is literally what she's known for, yet the process of creating and posting was actively draining her capacity for everything else. She creates a lot of content, and it's good content, but she was doing it all in the moment. Other than the occasional hot topic, she wasn't batch creating her evergreen material. Every post was a separate, high-effort event. The brainstorming, the graphic design, the filming, the caption writing, it was all happening as needed, which meant it was a constant drain on her daily attention. She also felt what she called laziness about repurposing her old content. She said, Mike, that post was really good 8 months ago. It's probably going to still be really good now. I'm just too lazy to go in and find content that did well and repurpose it. Stop right there. Pause on that word, lazy, because this is critically important. What Tina was calling laziness isn't laziness at all. It's not a character flaw or a lack of discipline. It's triage. Her brain, already overwhelmed with the cognitive load of running the entire business solo, sees a task that requires time and energy, even a high ROI task like repurposing a winning post, and immediately files it under too expensive. Her gut reaction to any task she knows will take time is, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't have that kind of time. You know what? She's right. She doesn't, because her admin tax is already so astronomically high that she has no cognitive currency left to invest in even simple, profitable activities. This is what cognitive bankruptcy looks like. And if you're honest with yourself, you might be experiencing it too. So what's the path forward? How do we actually solve this? The first step was to reframe the problem entirely. The goal for Tina isn't to find more time to create more content. The goal is to lower her admin tax so that the content she does create has maximum impact with minimal effort. About building a system. We talked about creating a dedicated content repurposing engine. She creates these amazing educational carousels, but they die there wherever she posts them. She doesn't post them on LinkedIn because, as she said, they don't translate well. But here's a simple system fix. In Canva, you can download a carousel as a PDF. Then you can upload that PDF to LinkedIn as a document post, and it functions just like a native carousel. A tiny, simple tweak to the system that instantly doubles the reach of content she's already spent an hour creating. That's not just efficiency. That's a tax rebate. Now, the next step was to move her from using AI as a simple task doer to a true strategic partner. She was using it to brainstorm or flesh out ideas, but she wasn't leveraging it to reduce her cognitive load. We talked about using a deep research function to have the AI go out and find all the current best practices, strategies, and tactics for her industry, and then feeding that report back to her AI assistant. Now, when she brainstorms content, her AI partner is operating with the same up-to-date knowledge she has. It's no longer just an assistant copying and pasting generic advice. It's a sparring partner. But here's what really changed the conversation. Here's where we got to the real breakthrough. Most importantly, we talked about using AI to solve one of her biggest strategic challenges, a scattered target audience. Tina serves multiple segments, different industries, different business sizes, different needs. She had a gut feeling about which ones were most profitable. Some clients were receptive but cheap. Others had money but were resistant to her approach. But these were just feelings, hunches, instincts. So I suggested something that honestly felt almost too simple. Export your QuickBooks data. Feed it into your AI along with context about how much time each type of work actually takes, and get data-driven analysis of which segment is actually the most profitable. Imagine the power of that. Instead of spending her limited attention trying to create content for basically everybody, she could focus her genius on the 20% of her audience that drives 80% of her profit. That's the single biggest admin tax refund a solopreneur can get. And you know what happened once I suggested this? She lit up. She literally said, oh my God, I could actually do that. There was relief in her voice. Not because I'd given her more work to do, but because I'd given her permission to do less, strategic less, intentional less. That's what happens when you name the thing that's been drowning you, when you can see the admin tax clearly, when you can calculate it, when you can understand it's not a personal failing, but a systemic problem. You can finally start to dismantle it. Tina's story is the story of so many of us. We are brilliant at what we do, but we're being crushed under the weight of doing it all. The way out isn't to hustle harder. It's to design smarter. It's to become a ruthless auditor of your own attention and to eliminate every single unnecessary tax you possibly can. Now, I know some of you are listening to this and thinking, all right, Mike, great diagnosis, but what do I actually do about this? Fair question. Let me give you something practical you can implement right now, today. I want you to conduct your own 3-day admin tax audit. It's simple, but I promise you it will be a wake-up call. Here's how it works. First, identify. For the next 3 days, I want you to be hyper aware. Keep a note open on your phone or computer and write down every single task you do that feels repetitive, draining, or that you could easily document in a simple checklist. Every time you find yourself thinking, this again, write it down. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it yet. Just capture it. Second, calculate. At the end of 3 days, look at your list. and put a number next to each item. Estimate, honestly, how much time you spend on it, and be brutal with yourself here. Then add it all up. What's your weekly admin tax bill? Is it 5 hours? 10? 20? Seeing that number in black and white can be shocking. That's the time being stolen from your genius every single week. But finally, step 3, eliminate. Go through your list, item by item, and ask this one powerful question. Could a simple template, software automation, or a trained AI assistant handle 80% of this? You'll be amazed at how many times your answer will be yes. This is your first step toward building your own digital team and reclaiming your most valuable resource. You need to discover how much of your day and your attention is being spent paying this hidden tax. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's when you can start the real work of designing a business that serves you instead of one that just keeps you busy. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that AI is a magic solution to all your problems. It's not. But what AI can do when used strategically, when integrated thoughtfully into your actual workflows, is function as your first digital teammate, not replacing you, augmenting you, handling the repetitive cognitive load so that you can focus on the work that only you can do. That's what happened with my podcast prep. I used to spend 2 hours per show researching guests, coming up with questions, preparing show docs. It was grueling work. Whenever a guest canceled, which happens, it was genuinely frustrating because I just wasted 2 hours. It was a task I dreaded and waited until the last minute to do. Once I built a custom AI assistant configured specifically for this task, where the AI helps me do the research and brainstorm everything, I got it down to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's an 83% reduction in time. And that single efficiency gain allowed me to expand from one podcast to multiple shows, each targeting different audiences. Plus, I launched my own podcast, the AI Hat Podcast, which you're listening to right now. That's not about working harder. That's about working smarter by protecting my attention for the things that matter. So here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Your busyness is not a badge of honor. Your exhaustion is not proof of your commitment. Your inability to execute on your big ideas is not a character flaw. It's a tax, like any tax. Once you can see it clearly, you can start to reduce it, optimize around it, and eventually eliminate huge chunks of it entirely. The question isn't whether you can afford to invest time in building these systems. The question is, can you afford not to? If you want to discover some of the specific tools that can help you start automating these tasks and getting your tax refund back, I've created a free guide for you. It's called AI Tools for Content Creators. You can download it right now at theaihat.com/tools. That's theaihat.com/tools. Inside, you'll find the exact stack of AI tools I use every single day to run my business, create content across multiple platforms, and still have time actually think strategically about where I'm going. These aren't theoretical recommendations. These are the tools doing the heavy lifting in my operation right now. If you want more actionable strategies like what we talked about today, make sure you subscribe to the AI Hat Podcast. Every week, I'm either bringing you interviews with the smartest people in AI and business, or I'm breaking down frameworks like this one that you can implement immediately. Remember, you're not trying to do more. You're trying to do less of the wrong things so you can do more of the right things. You're not trying to be busier. You're trying to be more strategic. And you're not trying to replace yourself with AI. You're trying to augment yourself so your genius actually has room to breathe. Welcome to the grid. That's a wrap on another episode of the AI Hat Podcast. I hope you gained some valuable insights and actionable strategies to boost your business with AI. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. And don't forget to visit theaihat.com for more resources and to connect with me. Until next time, keep innovating, and remember, the future of business is human and it's powered by AI.